Northamptonshire Search and Rescue is part of Lowland Rescue. We are a team of volunteers that are based all over the county. We are 32 members strong at the moment, and we have about 10 trainees that are coming through the training process as we speak. One of the main things we want to do is not just find people, but we want to find them as quickly as possible. So we were looking at ways of how we could cover the ground more and how we could cover it quicker. One of the really big selling points of the drone that we've got now is actually not only have we got the visual camera, the RGB, but we've also got a really good, really capable infrared camera as well. And the quality we can get from 100 meters up in the sky, looking down across a field or even through some thin woodland, the heat sources you can pick up are phenomenal. In terms of the asset for us, it's been absolutely brilliant. We can deploy as a team of 2, so we're half the size as a normal deployed team. So it would be a pilot and a spotter. We can take the drone with us in a backpack. We can walk to wherever we need to. The drone, actually, one of the good features it has as well is a live feed, so we can actually stream the live video to our incident command unit. So we connect it to a 4G dongle and we can stream it to the ICU. We fly the drone with 3 batteries. It's our protocol. It's about half an hour a battery, so we've got an hour and a half of flight time. We normally have a vehicle nearby, so what we can do is once the first battery has been used, we can actually put that on charge with the car kit that we've got, and we can charge that battery up, and that's normally not far off being ready to go again by the time we've used the other 2 batteries. So you could almost say we can have continuous flight with the 3 battery setup. Myself and our drone lead of Northamptonshire Search and Rescue, Kyle, we spoke to Sam quite a lot about the process of what we need to go through, but as bluntly as possible, he basically held our hand through every process, so making sure that all of our pilots are at the same standard. So some of us already had PIFCO, some were looking at getting their A2s privately anyway. It was just making sure we were all to the same standard. We also trained to the same standard of the police, so Sam had a good knowledge of that too. His ability to sort of bear with us as well, working with committees. For anybody out there that works with a committee as a volunteer organisation, you know how hard it can be. I think from our initial contact with Sam, it was probably almost 12 months before we actually were able to put the order in for 2 things: getting the funding, getting approval from the committee and that sort of thing as well. But Sam's got all sorts of stats, statistics, maps and data of other search and rescue teams throughout the country, Europe and actually the wider world as well. Just the way he was able to sort of coach us through all that was fantastic. They also helped us with all the classroom training as well. For us, we actually did it just as lockdown kicked in, so we couldn't go somewhere and do the training. It was all online training. The online portal that Coptrz has was brilliant. It was a really good thing that you could sort of pick up, do an hour, go away, do something else, and then come back to it another day, which is really useful. And then even going through to doing the exam, they use an online examiner called ProctorU, which is quite easy and straightforward to set up. You do your online sort of assessment with that, and then before you know it, 3 days later, you get a certificate in the post and you're ready to go. If you'd like to find out more about Northamptonshire Search and Rescue and what we do as part of Lowland Rescue, then by all means give us a quick Google search, Northamptonshire Search and Rescue. We're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Most of those will also provide you access to our Just Giving pages for any sort of fundraising that we've got going at the moment.